Once upon a time there lived a wealthy merchant and his daughter. He called her Beauty because she had wonderful thick dark hair and deep brown eyes. Everyone that saw her thought she was very pretty. The merchant had to travel a lot and would bring Beauty back presents from his trips. One day, Beauty asked for a single red rose as her gift. The merchant promised to find one. He crossed through deep ravines and dark forests on his way to trade fine cloth. On his way home, he finally came across high green hedges spotted with silky crimson roses. They surrounded a dark castle with pointed spires and stone gargoyles. "I'm sure they won't miss just one," he thought to himself as he gently plucked one rose from the hedge. As the stem broke off, a ferocious-looking creature sprung from the hedge. He had a brown, hairy body and huge fangs, but was wearing a button jacket and pantaloons of fine purple silk. He snarled and bellowed right into the merchant's face. "You are stealing my roses. I will throw you into the dungeons." The merchant was frightened and quickly stuttered that it was a gift for Beauty. After hearing of the marvelous girl, the beast agreed to let the merchant go, but only if he could keep Beauty in his castle for a while. The merchant did not want to languish in the dungeons, so he sent for Beauty. When she arrived, the beast freed the merchant and locked Beauty inside the castle instead. Beauty was very afraid and angry at first. She refused to leave the room the beast gave her and wouldn't eat any of the food he made for her. Many days passed until Beauty, hungry and weak, decided to leave her bedroom and come downstairs to eat. She was amazed by the fantastic spread the beast had laid out. He was not very talkative, but smiled shyly when she sat down. Beauty could tell he was pleased to see her, and she was very surprised by his gentle manners. After a delicious meal, the pair chatted for a short while, and Beauty was impressed by his charming conversation. She decided to come down every night for dinner, and as the weeks passed, found more and more things she liked about the beast. He treated Beauty with kindness and was never rude to her. He wanted her to have the finest bedroom, the prettiest clothes, and as much time as she liked to wander amongst his magnificent grounds. She took care of the roses and spent lots of time reading and sewing. As time went on, the beast fell deeply in love with Beauty. One day he asked her to marry him, but Beauty refused. She missed her father and was still a little afraid of the beast's monstrous body. Beauty became very lonely with only the beast for company. He felt sorry for her, so he gave her a magic mirror through which she could see her father and her home. "Now you won't be lonely any more," he said. The mirror made things worse than ever, as Beauty could see her father's pale, unwell face. She begged the beast, "Please let me go home. My father looks sick, and I must get back to him." "You may go to stay with your father for 7 days, but you must promise to return," the beast growled. He didn't want her to leave, but didn't want her to be unhappy either, or he knew she would never love him back. Beauty finally journeyed back home, and on seeing her pretty face, her father began to recover. Beauty stayed with him all week. She was so happy being with her father that after 7 days she had forgotten all about the Beast. It wasn't until many days later, when she had a terrible nightmare, that she saw the Beast's face again. In her dream, he was very weak, howling in anguish and pain. Beauty woke up, feeling terrible that she had broken her promise. She hurried back through the woods to the castle. She found the Beast in the same state he had been in her dream, lying on the cold stone floor, almost wasted away. Beauty held his great head in her hands and wept. "Please don't die, Beast. You are kind and charming and really wonderful. I don't care about your fur or your fangs. I will marry you." As soon as Beauty said these words, the Beast's fur started to thin and disappear, and his fangs to shrink. Right in front of her eyes, he turned into a handsome prince. He opened his eyes and said, "Beauty, you have saved me. I was under a curse all these years, only to be cured when someone truly fell in love with me." Beauty was so happy that she had looked beyond the Beast's bristly exterior and seen the kindness inside him. Now the Beast could live his life as a prince again and marry the girl who saw the real charm in him.